chatter in the head starts to determine how I live. What I've done is I've turned over everything that matters to the most insane, intoxicated, not spiritually intoxicated, but like on drugs intoxicated, dictator on earth. Because that's what the mind does. At its best, it's just a random drugged out monkey. Can't quite figure out where to sit. Little here, little there, swing here, swing there. That's the mind, the regular mind at its best. At its worst, it's running a constant commentary. How dare you say that? Why did you say that? That was so stupid. What are people going to think? Or, oh, of course, absolutely. The chatter of the mind, and this is where we're coming to. The whole point is to rise beyond that. But if I say the chatter in my mind is going to determine my practice. So for example, I'm not going to practice this because I have chatter in my mind. Or I can't do my japa because I have chatter in my mind. What I'm doing is literally handing over the keys to my spiritual life, everything that matters, to this crazed, drugged out dictator monkey in my brain. Through our spiritual practice, and by the way, what I was saying is, in addition to the monkey, we also have this commentary that runs that's not nearly as random, not nearly as frenetic, that's much more insidiously calculated. And it's the voice that says, you're stupid, you're never going to get this, you're worthless. Or the opposite end of the spectrum, you're so smart and great, these other people are stupid. Either way, it's the same game. It's the ego on both ends of the spectrum. Through our spiritual practice, the chatter in the mind stills. As the chatter in the mind stills, we become much more able to do all of our spiritual practice. Whether it's closed eyes meditation, open eye meditation, practicing chanting our mantra, practicing seeing people as divine, practicing no reaction, all of these practices that we have, they all work and are possible only when there's some semblance of ability for me to work with my mind. If I'm going to let the chatter in my mind run rampant, I'm not going to be able to do anything. So all of my spiritual practice that is about stilling the mind runs simultaneous to, it's not one or the other, because you also don't want to say, once I've stilled my mind as a prerequisite, then I will do these things, because that'll also never happen. You'll gain control. It'll become stiller. The chatter will get less and less. The space between the chatter will get longer and longer. The chatter will get quieter and quieter. But it's a product of the mind that we have until and unless it's enlightened. I'm sorry? It's we as we identify. The self we identify as is a product of the chatter. The chatter is a product also of the self we identify. So I'll give you an example. A simple example. You grow up, you've got an older sister. And I'm hypothetical situation. You grow up, you've got an older sister. she's brilliant. She's beautiful. She's brilliant. Okay? You're 2 years, 3 years, 4 years younger than she is, let's say. As you go through school, wherever you go, you are constantly walking in her footsteps. And everybody says to you, why can't you be like your sister? Now, due to the genetic play, you're not quite as physically attractive as she is. And studies don't come quite as easily to you as they do to her. But what starts happening at a very, very early age is you decide, I'm not good enough. People tell you you're not good enough. They don't mean to. They're not trying to be mean. They just say silly things. God, you know, your sister could do it. Why can't you? Your sister got A's. Why are you getting C's? Oh, I remember when I had your sister in my class. God, she was so wonderful and beautiful. You know, these things that are so seemingly harmless, but really plant the seeds in people. And this is just one of 10 billion possible examples, but I wanted to keep it simple for a reason. So now your mind, from the time you're tiny in school, starts saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not the smart one, I'm the stupid one, I'm the ugly one. Now, even the skills that you do have, because of course they're different than what she has, but you too have come into this world with a full, beautiful package. But you don't even have the inner drive to explore them because you've got this identity of the not pretty enough sister, the not smart enough sister, the not good enough sister. Now, as that works in your mind, it is creating you. That mental chatter in your mind creates you. Maybe at a young age you decide, well, forget it, I can't be her, so what's the point? I might as well not take care of myself. I might as well eat lots and lots of junk food. I mean, if I can't be as pretty as she is, what's the point of even like taking care of myself? You become overweight, you become sick, you stop, whatever it may be. You stop trying in school, what's the point? I'll never be as smart as she was. Now, the things that actually you have, that if you had been born, say, in a different family or in a different environment that hadn't compared you constantly like that to her, those things would have flourished. But in this particular situation, instead, the chatter of the mind created your reality now, which is someone who has made herself even less physically attractive, someone who has not even tried in school, someone who has given up, who gave up when she was a young child. So it works both ways. The situation we are in leads to the chatter. I'm the younger sister, I had this older sister, she was smart and beautiful. That was my external situation. That gave birth to the chatter in my mind based on the feedback I got from parents and teachers and everyone. That feedback became the voice in my own head. That voice in my own head created my identity.